So I torqued the bolts to 38 foot-pounds, and I had to go around several times, and I did it like tightening a tire, and then after I did it several times and they started snugging up good, then I just went around in a circle so I could keep track that I did them all. But they're all torqued down good, and it did take a long time. I had to go over it several times to get it sucked in there tight, and so they'd stop coming loose every time. All right, I got the dowel pin lined up in here, and I'm gonna put some, I got a couple long bolts that go all the way through, the ones that go all the way through, and then I got the short ones for the ones that don't. I'm gonna, since I got this pin lined up, I'm gonna put a bolt in so that it doesn't fall out of that pinhole. Okay, this bolt right here, that's the torque converter bolt, and I can move that all the way, that's all the way back, and it's flush with the flywheel, so it's probably about a max of a ½ an inch of play. I'm thinking that's probably okay. If it's not, somebody let me know and I can shim it. But I think it's a 1/4 inch is probably ideal, but I don't know that that'll be a big deal for it to be a ½ inch. Let me know if it shouldn't be a ½ inch. Well, that's how much, however much that bolt's sticking out, that's how much play it's got. All right, I went ahead and put all the bell housing bolts in before because I'm gonna put the starter in too. So I put the bolts in the bell housing, and they all lined up perfectly. And this is the Summit bell housing, the steel one. It's SFI certified. I got to torque all those down to like 38 foot-pounds. Put the starter in and then crank it over to tighten the bolts on the converter. Okay, so what I did was I took this out and I winded up putting in washers. I measured them and made sure they were all the right same thickness, and they were about 1/16 of an inch, and now I've got it within specs. Alright, I had to struggle a little bit to get this drive shaft in because I didn't want to turn by hand because this transmission has been sitting for a long time. It's a little stiff, and I think it'll loosen up after I get some oil in it and get it started and get the pump pumping. And I had to jack the wheels up off the ground or off the lift and turn this with a chain wrench in order to get all these bolts in and lined up and in. And it still doesn't want to turn very good, but it's working. Okay, I had to take the valve body back out because the detent on the valve body is hitting right here, right there, and it doesn't go all the way into park, and it's because of this bar right here isn't adjusted right or something. And I'm thinking about bending that or something so that this will go a little bit further that way. This will. This linkage here goes up and hits it. Okay, so I disconnected this linkage here, and it stops right there, and it needs to go a little further. So this bar here doesn't seem to be working properly. So see where that bend is right there? I think if I bend it a little more, it'll engage and it'll put this detent where it needs to be. So when I pull this down all the way like this, see that? See that lever right there? Right here, there's a lever. And that goes up. That goes up, see it going up? And then it hits this and pushes it forward, see? See? But it doesn't go forwards enough, or left, it doesn't go left enough. See that it engages that? So if I just get a little bit more on that bend right there, maybe it'll be okay then. Alright, so when I shift it Now it gets all the gears and it goes into park. It's just not all the way in this detent here. I don't guess that detent's gonna, it doesn't have much pressure to hold anything, and it is in park, so I'm just gonna bolt it up and fill it with fluid and test drive it, so I don't know what else to do. I bought a little inch-pound wrench since I busted a bolt with my foot-pound wrench. 10 foot-pounds was the smallest setting on that, and this one goes down to 4 foot-pounds in inches, and you can tell the difference. I highly recommend getting an inch-pound wrench for this. So it's all tightened down, wires are connected, and I'm just gonna let this go like this because it's going to stay in park. This is pretty strong linkage, so it's going to stay in park. And put this oil pan on, fill it up with fluid. Oh, I marked it right here too on the dipstick because it was about, I don't know, a ½ inch difference. The indicator that it came with is a ½ inch low if you ask me, so I'm going to put the fluid level up to here. So that's what I'm doing. Still no voltage.